Hey everybody, Momza here on this dreary, rainy day here in Cincinnati, Ohio. It's pretty much been raining all day. Um, we needed the rain, so I'm not going to complain. So I wanted to come to you on this Monday with a review of another one of my personal favorite distilleries, Green River. And what I'm going to review for you is the Green River 250th anniversary edition for the Army. This was released back in June. I had a hard time finding it in Ohio. So luckily, when I did my personal bourbon tour back at the beginning of July, I actually went into Green River's tasting room on Whiskey Row in Louisville and managed to get my hands on this bottle. Now, as you can see, I've been into it a little bit. It's been a while since I've been into it, though, since it's a special release. Trying to savor it as much as I can. So let's dive right into this a little bit. So what this is the proceeds from the sale of this bottle did benefit veterans in the military service. Thank you for your service and sacrifice, anybody that has served in our military. One of the other cool things I thought about this is the proof point on this is 111.1 proof, and that is a direct nod from Green River to Veterans Day 11/11. So I thought that was kind of cool when I looked up some of the history on it. Again, the distillery is Green River. I believe their distillery is technically located in Owensboro, Kentucky. The mash bill on this is 74% corn, 14% rye, 9% malted barley. Again, it was a limited edition commemorative bottling, so this will probably be a bottle that I keep in my collection. MSRP on this was I thought very reasonable at $49.99, $50 you might as well say. And I want to say, does it say, can't remember if they listed how long this was distilled for. I want to say 4 to 7 years, give or take a few. Don't have the exact years on that. I apologize, but feel free to look it up. As always, I'll drop a link to Green River in the comments. And what I've done is when I was at Green River, I of course picked up a Green River, Glencairn. So let's get right into this. This one won't get a heavy pour. Like I said, I'm trying to savor this. Yeah, they even, on top of the cat, put the 250th on it. So, I've had this before. I want to say when I had it at the distillery, the big thing that came through to me more than anything on the nose was like caramel. Still getting that caramel on the nose right away. A little bit of toasted oak. Some baking spice and some kind of like, I don't know, like a dark fruit, which, I don't know if that's plum. I don't know if it's like, black cherries. But yeah, mostly for me personally, it's very caramel forward. Again, with, the baking spice, some toasted oak. So let's give it a taste. I'm gonna have to give it a second before I actually like get into it, because that's literally the first sip of bourbon I've had. Another tidbit of information that I'll pass along that I've learned being new in my journey is they always say to like start out with some kind of like a warm-up bourbon, something that's a little lower proof than the 111 that I'm drinking. Maybe something along the lines of a Traveler's Number 40, which is, you know, I think a great bourbon if you're really new into the bourbon community. I picked that one up for myself just because it was out of Buffalo Trace, and I like the fact that it was, you know, Chris Stapleton was involved with it. But it drinks very light. Like I said, just a great for me. Somebody came to me and said, "Hey, Momza, you know, give me, you know, I want to get into it. You know, where should I start?" I would, you know, highly recommend Traveler's Number 40 because it really helped me along in my bourbon journey. And eventually I'll actually do a video of what got me started and how I just kind of kept elevating it to the next level, because I don't do anything half-assed, I'm just going to say. Okay, now that I've had that first sip, you definitely can you know, feel that over, you know, that 111 proof point on it. It's got a good viscosity to it. There's you know, the fingers that, you know, kind of roll down the side, you know, it's got this light I don't know, amber color to it. A little bit of rice spice I think is the kind of tingle that goes with it. While it's caramel on the nose, I get more toffee on the palate. I'm trying to decide if that's like a brown sugar I'm tasting as well. It's definitely got a full-bodied mouthfeel to it as well. I mean, the fingers kind of, you know, take a little bit of time, you know, to, you know, come back down the glass. And I'm almost, there's almost maybe even like a slight peppermint undertone the more it kind of like sits on my palate. As for the finish, it's in that what I would consider like a medium long finish. I mean, I can still feel it on my palate. Well, yeah, I can still feel it on my palate, but the finish, with it being that long, medium to long finish, you almost start to get like, at least for me, I get a little bit of vanilla bean or vanilla. You know, the toasted oak is there that you kind of get, you know, on the nose. And like I said, that peppermint is really what I get after it finishes. It's, you know, honestly, I'm going to back up a little bit and say it's more of a medium finish, because it's kind of like gone or whatever. But if you can find it, I haven't seen it on shelves here in Ohio, or even if I go down to one of my, you know, favorite stores in Bellevue, Kentucky, the Party Source, I'm not even seeing it on their shelves anymore. I will drop the link to Green River in the comments, though. Maybe you can see if they might still have it where it's available to order online. But if you can find it, I would recommend it. I liked it from the moment I tried it. But, you know, here again, I'm a huge Green River fan. Again, anything that I'm a fan of, I am not a paid sponsor. I wish, but, you know, that doesn't seem, that's not the case. But I've had their weeded, which I really enjoyed, and then a single barrel that was a whiskey weather pick that I'll, you know, eventually get around to doing a review on that as well from Green River. All three of those I have enjoyed from Green River. One other thing I wanted to pass along before I end this video as a little tip is I learned this along the way, that if you want to open up some flavors, to add a mixing water. Now, this is very specific. Do not use tap water. I was fortunate enough to have a great conversation with one of the bartenders down at New Riff Distillery there in Bellevue as well. And they were the ones that were telling me, I'm sorry, it wasn't New Riff, it was at the Party Source. I was talking to one of the employees there, and he was the one that's telling me about this mixing water, and it's limestone filtered. So it's not your typical tap water that's going to have, you know, the fluoride and chlorines and everything so that we can, you know, actually drink our water. So, but I have, you know, I've had this bottle for like 6 months, and I'm just now past halfway point because you only put in like 1 or 2 drops. And it really can either open up flavors if you think you know, might be missing something, or I know for some straight bourbons for me, if I add this, it really opens it up. Again, I'm lucky enough to be able to find it in Northern Kentucky at the Party Source. But if you can find it anywhere else, just make sure it's that limestone filter. That's very important. Don't use tap water. It's not going to give you the same results, just because of all the way that our tap water has to be treated so that we're able to drink it. So yeah, a little bonus tip about adding limestone water to a couple drops to your bourbon that you're drinking it. So there you have it. There's the review for today. The Green River 250th U.S. Army Special Anniversary release. And I'm going to end this the way I always do, and saying, please drink responsibly. Cheers.